Maybe we can sight cast one in here. There he is. That's our snook, babies. That's our snook. That's our snook. That's our snook we need.
My Everglades trips always seem to start here, at Racetrack. It's where I grab the necessities for the day. Lots of gas, water, food. As I get to the ramp, there's a different feeling I get going solo into the Everglades. The subtle sense of excitement, mystery, and nerves. I don't feel that fishing anywhere else. As you take off from the boat ramp, you're guided through the mangroves by the birds alongside you, waking up to the daily greeting of the sun. Ahead of me, there's no docks, bridges, or man-made structures holding fish. It's all wild. And that's what I love about it. For hours, I can disappear into this vast ecosystem, seeing few others along the way. That's how fishing should be. Today, I explored deep into the glades, searching the coast for beautiful fish along the way.
Alrighty, guys. Well, so excited. I mean, look at this weather, man. Cannot get better than this. What are we doing here? But could not be more excited, guys. Skitter walk, about 7:35. There's stuff blowing up. Mangrove line, exploring today, solo on the egret. It's like so quiet, it like hurts my ears. But anyways, guys, there's stuff blowing up. We're gonna go get on some massive fish. Let's go. Florida's gotta be one of the only places you'll hear thunder at 7:30 in the morning. It's like the third or fourth time. At first I was like, there's no way. Big head wake up there. Something blew up, there's a big head wake. There's some big fish here, guys. 40-pound leader, I would be throwing 50, especially with top water, but that's not in the cards because I am out of leader. But let's go guys, I'm so excited.
Before I could even cast my line, I was quickly reminded of the well-known fact: be careful putting your hands in the water. Sharks are everywhere down here, and as you guys will see today, I was reminded of that a lot this trip.
Guys, that's how you know in the Everglades. Look at this shark.
The morning topwater bite was surprisingly slow, leaving me to question whether or not the whole day was going to follow its lead.
They don't seem to want the topwater today. One thing that's always crazy to me is just how far back these fish can go. This water just goes up forever, man.
The coast is without a doubt my favorite place to fish down here. The high tides provide an opportunity to fish places otherwise too shallow. The crystal clear water reveals tree stumps, roots, oysters, and other fish magnets lurking beneath it.
You guys can see the clear water. It's just so pretty, man. On these high tides, these areas that are usually sand, get this water dumped up on them, and it's just such a beautiful area to fish. A lot of fish too, but we'll see. See what happens. Yeah, guys, got a new tackle box. The Yeti Guide Box 30. Actually stoked about that. Can just leave it on the boat and skiff. Holds like 4 bins. It's separated, so I just put my gulps. You guys, if you have gulps, you know. Oh my, the juice and stuff, if you open a pack. So that stuff, that's all contained. Yeah, I might put this topwater away soon. All right, we're gonna go get that and we're moving on. This spot hasn't done it for me.
One thing I always do when I get snagged is try and see what the areas I'm casting so close to look like. Here, I could see why some fish would be sitting here. Crabs everywhere, bait fish in the water, oystery, sand bottom. It's textbook. Although that's the thing, down here, looks can be deceiving. There's an old saying, 99% of the Everglades looks good, 1% of it is. It can be tiring fishing so many good-looking lines only to be left empty-handed. But exploring is how you succeed, and we weren't gonna give up just yet. I'd be kidding myself if I didn't tell you that the morning was slow. I ended up leaving the area I was fishing and working further from home, looking for big fish, and I ended up being rewarded.
Alrighty guys, well this is where I think stuff's gonna start going down, hopefully. I know these areas have fish. These next couple spots I'm fishing, no more exploring, no more nonsense. Hopefully just get right to it. And it starts with this point right here. You're gonna fish this, work, there's a creek kind of on the inside, and hopefully we can get on something. Wind's picking up a little bit, but the outgoing is just about to start, so we're gonna fish some creek mouths, I think. Bunch of pilchards. Here we go. First fish of the day, beautiful Florida beach snook. You know what, I'm gonna power pull while I get this guy off, because there's an oyster bar there. I've spooked some big fish on it, and obviously, I mean, that was pretty instant. If he's there, there might be some other fish there. With how today's gone, I'm gonna marinate in this one a little bit. Let's get him a release he wouldn't be getting. Look at those colors on him though. Beautiful fish, man. That feels good, guys. I don't care that he was small. It feels good to get a fish in the boat. Hopefully it just waterfalls from here. I don't know why they always sit on this point. I think there's some oysters or some structure, but it's fun. It's funny. Seems like they're all little guys today, but beautiful fish though. Guys, the snook, I don't think there's anything more beautiful than catching like the Everglades summertime snook on the coast. It's like literally, I feel like I'm walking the beach in Naples, you know what I mean? All right, let's see if there's a big boy sitting on here. Obviously there's a bunch of little guys. God, I found this mini snook hatchery, guys. Oh no. All right, gotta put a new gulp on. It's like 3 casts in a row. They just line this coast and they work back into this creek. Shark right there. Yeah, snook aren't the only thing that's lurking right here. Yeah, that's why you gotta be careful out here. Releasing stuff. Guys, I hope I show you guys a lot bigger than this, but just beautiful. With the day how we've had so far, you gotta just appreciate this. Like this beautiful fish, beautiful eyes. It's funny, his eyes almost match my jig head color. I've seen some big redfish cruise out of this too, so. Guys, that's a nice fish. I think it's a nice red. You kidding me? Hook just pulled. 100% a nice redfish. He didn't jump, he was boiling, he was fighting like a red. So unfortunate, guys. He had some weight to him. He was probably upper slot. Oh no. Maybe he'll come back for it. I doubt, I mean, no way, but I told you guys there's some redfish cruising this. I would have never thought he wasn't stuck. I stuck him good. Oh, it's so unfortunate. This spot is awesome. This is one of my favorite spots to fish. That's what I'm saying. We're getting into areas where I know there's some fish. I like exploring at least 2 new spots every time I come down here, time-wise, like if I'm allowed to. Just gonna cast again down this line. That was a nice redfish. So unfortunate. You can see what those things are sitting on. They're just all kind of congregated around that oyster bar. Gonna power pull us here. And there's a creek back in here that current just rips out of. I've caught a big snook here. Seen some big redfish. I think I just had an upper slot redfish on, for sure. Fish right there. Nice snook, I think. No, it's a red. Look at those reds. So, I mean, where else are you gonna be able to just be sitting there next to redfish like that?
After missing that nice red and catching about half a dozen smaller snook, I continued working the line with no luck.
Look at that, dude. That is a big shark. Besides sharks, I'm not seeing much on this side. Never usually do for some reason. It's really clear. It's pretty. You'd think there'd be some fish. That being said, gonna work this point again, see if there's anything, and then just head on out, keep going. Keep going, trying to find some spots.
And that's exactly what I did as I continued working to some different areas. The next spot was churned up because of the falling tide and the wind, providing opportunity for unsuspecting fish.
All right, guys. Got a couple more hours of fishing. I'd like to get on something. One nice fish. That's the thing that's awesome about fishing, is all it takes is one fish. But we got an outgoing tide, a couple little creek mouth indents. Here, I'm expecting some reds, some snook, hopefully a slot snook. Gotten them here before. I know they're around. Summertime. Let's go. I will say, throwing a 3,000 10-pound braid, 40-pound leader, but 10-pound braid. Should probably bump to my 3,500 just because it has 15-pound, but I like this setup. I like my chances. We'll see what happens. This water's clear. It's like obviously very stained, tannic, but it's interesting. There we go. He's not huge, but he's not small. Okay, buddy. Here we go. Oh my, I'm a mess. Here we go, guys. All right, buddy, calm down. Beautiful snook right here. Guys, he's a fat one. He's got some weight to him, but let's go. I mean, that's the first fish of the day that's got some weight, and we're not even at the creek mouth. This line has some nice fish, but I'm just, as you can see, I'm just flipping into the shade. It's very hot. These fish want to cool down. Water temp's a little bit different. It's honestly, I think it's more towards mid 80s. I don't know why it's cooled down a bit. Maybe the rain, but it's definitely a little cooler. But yeah, guys, we're just flipping into all these mangroves. Beautiful right here. This water is like chocolate milk. Retied. This is honest. I mean, Z-Mans are the best, man. The eyes they have on them are just so realistic. Yeah, that snook was fat, man. I'd love to get an overslot. Call me crazy. I know they're here. I think I can get it done. Oh, there's a little guy. Low key, where he was sitting and kind of how he hit it, I thought it was about to be a big fish. You guys can see how much life is around this spot right here. Ooh, that's another decent one right there, guys. I see a shark. Hopefully he doesn't come grab him. Ooh! Should not have boat flipped that guy. He's too big to be doing that. Guys, this day has turned around real fast. These snook have just devoured these Z-mans. Guys, beautiful fish right there. That's why you come out here. Hopefully we get one a lot bigger, but let's get him back in the water. There he goes. Very frayed. Yeah, guys, like I just said, I'm very frayed. Never take that risk. It's not worth it. Trust me, I've been there. Yeah, guys, that's 2 snook, both like respectable. I think the other one was a little bigger, but both respectable snook. That one was probably 23. The other one was probably 24, 25. But both fought hard. And if those are sitting here, I guarantee you there's a slot either on the mouth of this creek or inside the creek or down this line more. But I'm hoping we can get on some nice fish and this can be the last spot. We've been kind of grinding. It's starting to get closer to midday. It's probably, yeah, it's almost 11, so it's been a grind, but it's paying off right now. Can't get much better than that. Loop knot, gulp shrimp. Guys, there's so many snook here, man. I need to bring the fly rods here. This would be an epic spot to fly fish. I mean, look at that thing. That shark is just circling me, dude. He's literally just waiting for me. What's funny though is they're not like dolphin. Even this guy is a decent one. They're not like dolphin where they go after your fish when you release them. Like I release one and I'm watching them just kind of sit there. Guys, another beautiful snook there. Yeah, guys, sometimes we'll see snook up here just floating. So be on the lookout. Wow. That is pretty stuff right there. Guys, look at this. That has got to be the smallest redfish I've caught in a while. But look how pretty he is. Even when they're this small, blue tail, he's not lacking colors. Beautiful fish. Let's get him back in the water. Alrighty, guys. Well, that was pretty. It's turning into a fun day. We just need that giant. We need that giant snook. Big redfish. Cap the day. Maybe we can sight cast one in here. Big snook. Watch this. There he is. That's our snook, babies. That's our snook. That's our snook. That's our snook we need. Oh, he's underneath. He's way under there. I'm effed. Boys, it's racks. Chat, I'm cooked. Chat, I'm cooked. Look how far back he is. I don't know if he's still on there. Well, if somehow he's still on the end of this line, this is our one. Oh, it's so unfortunate, guys. Guys, that's unfortunate. Yeah, that was our slot snook. He was probably 32. I knew it was wraps. I mean, he didn't. I've hooked some like that in here before, and they kind of just bury themselves. He took off. I mean, I guess I obviously, if I knew better, hindsight's 2020. Thinking back, I would have just palmed the crap out of the spool, because obviously he snapped me off anyways. But I have landed so many big snook that have gotten me way up in there like that by just putting my rod tip down, and that's what I did. But he jumped, and I think when he jumped, maybe he shook it, but because my line was there, you know what I mean? I mean, you can't deny that wasn't cool. Can't catch them all. I mean, that's impossible. But like I said, should have been throwing this. I would have probably palmed the spool, had a little bit more backbone. But you live and you learn.
After that missed snook, I ended up leaving the creek after no more luck. I continued working some lines looking for some more big snook to round out the day.
Yeah, guys, all right, so gonna work out of this creek, go catch a 36-inch snook. Fish another area or two. These storms are starting to come in. I'm trying to go home. I got class at 3:30. It is 11:30. So after we catch this 36-inch snook, I'll probably start heading home, 40 miles an hour, hopefully. See what happens. All right, guys, we're coming up on a creek mouth that I've hooked a giant at before. Same thing back in that old video. The water pours out of it. We'll see what happens. Decent snook. Yeah, good snook. He came up and slammed it, guys. He was just, I didn't sight cast him, but he was just sitting right there. Guys, we're killing these little barely under slots today. They're chewing. But these are perfect, super fun size, man. You know what I mean? Like these sizes keep you coming back on a day like today. Guys, same thing. I didn't know what I was gonna be hooking into. I just saw him come up and swipe it, but another beautiful snook. So pretty, man. Look at those colors. Gorgeous fish, hefty. There we go. It's so funny, like if I didn't cast there, he was obviously just cruising that little sandy line right there. I had no clue. He came up and I saw him swipe it. I didn't know if he was gonna be a big snook, big red, decent snook like that. I had no clue.
I ended up getting an awesome another little eat from a decent little snook, but ended up calling it quits as a hefty storm moved in and the winds were getting pretty crazy.
Well, guys, this is some pretty gnarly stuff right here. It isn't really summertime fishing if you don't hit one of these around noon. But with that being said, guys, pretty fun day. Got into some snook. That was just some Everglades snook fishing. Really turned the day around midday, or around like at 10:30, 11. Ended up having a great day here. I really wish I could have gotten that 30 to 32-inch snook. He was in that range. That was a stud. But at the end of the day, I mean, I'm glad you guys at least got to see a cool fight, whatever, a really cool eat. Whenever they're on top like that, I think I'm like 5 for 5 on snook. Like they always eat it. It's crazy. But with that being said, guys, probably gonna take the backwaters on the way back. I think that might be smart. Pretty bad weather behind me. But anyways, peace, guys. Guys, last video is just exploding. Awesome. I mean, that was one of my favorite videos I've ever made. Really fun to make. Really neat area out there. Gonna be trying to do some more exploring like that. Got some other areas I want to try, just exploring around like that. But anyways, I'll see you guys. God bless. Watch last video. It's awesome. Subscribe. We're building our subscribers. Got a lot of cool things coming. That being said, guys, I am going to make it home somehow. This is when it pays off to have an egret, because this thing it'll eat whatever we have to go through. But let's go.
You probably thought I was being sarcastic when I said it was nice to have an egret. This ended up being one of the worst storms I've ever experienced. I have very little recordings, and rightly so. I got stuck in a massive rainstorm that turned into some insane lightning as I got closer to Chokoloskee. I ended up running to my car and sitting in my car for about 30 minutes before I even loaded the boat up to the trailer. That being said, guys, stay safe out there, keep an eye on the storms, and always be prepared for the worst. I hope you guys have a great weekend and enjoyed this video. If you guys did, like and subscribe, and as always, have a blessed weekend and God bless.